Welcome into this Big Ten Plus broadcast on this edition of Thursday Night Football, featuring the visiting NC State Wolfpack and the hosting Nebraska Cornhuskers. Josh Lill alongside my broadcast partner Blake Arney. And Blake, the matchup we have here tonight has a chance to be a teeter-totter matchup. They always find a way to start strong, Blake. But playing the full 90 minutes on defense, like when they gave up the game-winning goal against San Diego State, the 89th minute, when they're doing that on the pitch, it seems to be their itch. And there's Sarah Weber. Sarah Weber really is a great pressure, trying to break up any passing lanes possible. And there's Abby Schwartz getting the assist off the takeaway. Schwartz going down the touchline in the corner. On the left side, Schwartz trying to put moves on the defender, going left, centering and headed away by Butler. Working her way up the pitch is Weber. Weber back over to Butler, over to Gudeberger. And that's blocked away. That's Florence Belzeal getting up and playing some defense. Yeah. Both teams running a 4-3-3. That's headed away by Gwen Lane. Peterson trying to keep it in play and bounces it off of Anika Warner. Is Thomas having it taken away by Robbie, and that's what Robbie will do. She can defend and score. The pass started up. Sarah Weber might have a chance, and it's offside. Hall Robinson finds Joseph. Joseph, one of the most prolific goal scorers. You can see why there. Nifty, take it down inside the box, and no penalty there. Defending there is Joseph. Coming in for help is Zaid. Zaid with the centering pass, trying to find Schwartz. It's cleared. Back out to Waite. Waite right in front of her own bench. Again, Marty Everding and Ian Bridge assisting for Nebraska. Everding working with the goalkeepers. Weber trying to play a header. It's settled down by Belzeal. She'll have a chance. Shot way over the net. Sent deep by Butler, looking for Jamise Joseph. Joseph has started in all 6 matches this year with 3 goals and an assist. Joseph, again, just so nifty. Finds Hall Robinson. That one sent back. Strickland trying to put moves on Peterson and Belzeal and clears it over to Soto. Soto finds Weber. Weber going over to the right, looking for Warner. Warner over to Hall Robinson, has Robbie. Robbie coming in for the takeaway, but not before Thomas settles it down, and Jordan Zaid floats it up, and you just have to clear it in that spot. Absolutely. Hall Robinson with a centering pass to Strickland. Sadie Waite with the takeaway. Finds Florence Belzeal speeding up. Belzeal putting moves on the defender. Trying to find Schwartz with a sliding shot, and it's defended perfectly by Fernandez Soto. Jordan Zaid working her way toward the corner. Belzeal with a chance for a shot, and it's blocked away by Weber. Floated. Hall Robinson and Lane going up for that. Robbie in the arc, battling with Strickland. It's cleared out to Jamise Joseph, and Joseph can fly. Here she goes. Hawk and Anglem barely back. The cross pitch pass over to Warner. Warner putting moves on Lane. Staying calm as well. Hall Robinson over to Joseph. The shot by Strickland off ahead of a defender. I believe that hit Nicole Hawk. Coming out is Jordan Zaid, and I think Sammy Hawk wanted to play that inside of the box. But Zaid had one thing on her mind, sending it up to Sarah Weber. Here goes Weber, and another great defensive play by Soto, as the disruption is constant with her at that left back spot. Well, it's really open to interpretation. You have your solid sets like a 4-3-3 that deals with attacking. But like you said, Blake, based on your playing style and based on the players you are surrounded with and the types of talent they possess, you can mold that 4-3-3 into whatever works for you. That one. Again, Lane just able to put moves on the defender, Nina Zimmer. And that seems to be the theme for Nebraska right now. They are getting the shots, but it's a little too much mustard on the hot dog. Gutenberger ends up having that one headed by Gwen Lane. Briley Hill looking for her first touch. Mia Vaughn in for Alexis Strickland, and Brooklyn Holt in for Leah Hall Robinson. Jordan Zaid with a nice pass over to Florence Belzeal. Another chance for Belzeal. That one's blocked away by Butler. And Robbie ends up getting the takeaway. She shoots it, and that goes over the net as well. Weber in front of her own bench. A strong, hefty kick. Looking for Briley Hill. Goes off of Brooklyn Holt. and out of play. Nebraska getting closer now, even with the box. Nebraska starting with the kickoff. Reagan Robbie at the center logo end, and we are underway in the second half. 0-0 the score. NC State Wolfpack coming into Lincoln, Nebraska. Abby Schwartz putting moves on Soto. Schwartz, a prolific passer, looking up head for Zaid. Zaid has a chance to beat Zimmer. Battle of the Z's in the corner. Englund floats it in. There's Haley Peterson. Peterson trying to thread the needle. Not before it's taken away by Leah Hall-Robinson. Fernanda Soto up ahead trying to get the pass back for Nina Zimmer. Zimmer over to Butler. Butler floats that to Joseph. Going in is Hall-Robinson. Hall-Robinson up there with Joseph, and it forces Sammy Hawk to clear it near the bench. Robinson, it works its way back to the center back. Turned over by Gutenberger. And there's Jordan Zaid flying down the pitch, getting by Soto. Soto disrupts play a little. Zaid with a little bounce off of Zimmer. Finds Sarah Weber. Weber making her way toward the 18 and deflected out of play. The ball trickling out of play in NC State. They're taking their time on their attack. It's not so much rushing, using these big amounts of energy. They're using spurts of energy to help create the little opportunities. Free kick making its way toward the 6, and Sammy Hawk gets on that one. Hawk on the ground makes her first save. Weber with some good ball movement. Only ends up turning it over to Zimmer. Zimmer trying to get by Waite. It finds Soto. Waite defending. Strickland and Zimmer play a little back and forth. Here's Jamise Joseph, the most dangerous shooter on the team, and sends that one wide. And it's not just Jamise Joseph. It's also Leah Hall-Robinson. Their ball movement has been spectacular. Not just the ball movement, but their footwork as well. Able to literally put defenders on the ground because they can't make a decision on how to guard them. Their movements are so quick and swift that indecisive decisions are made by the defense. Here's Reagan Robbie. Dangerous in the open field. Gets by one defender. Gets by two. This is what Robbie does best. Inside the 18, and it's stripped away. Emma Prozowski colliding with Jamise Joseph, trying to jar the ball loose. Here's a chance for the Huskers. Save made by Cesaretta. Goal kick by Cesaretta, landing near the center circle. To the far side of it. Brooklyn Holt over to Weber, cleared. Looking for Hall-Robinson. Schwartz on the center logo. A nice back and forth pass. Butler gets in the way of that. Brooklyn Holt working her way up the pitch. Sends it deep to Hall-Robinson. Sammy Hawk at the edge of the box makes a smart play and retrieves it with her hands.
Yeah.
And Hawk collects the ball. And with Joseph is on the attack. And she's so prominent when she does it. She makes sure she's up at the front, ahead of everybody. And honestly, even with Reagan Robbie and Sarah Weber and Abby Schwartz out there, she might be the fastest player on the pitch right now. Gwendolyn checks in for Abby Schwartz. Schwartz likely getting one last rest before the final few minutes of play. As any good attack for Nebraska starts with her. Centering pass trying to find Hall-Robinson. That one's floated just wide of the net. That throw and trying to find Robbie, batted away by Butler, finds Joseph. Joseph has three defenders around her. Joseph back to Butler. Butler with the crossing pass to Soto. Fernanda Soto making plays and batted away by Zaid.
Yeah,
you can see the last bit of energy for both teams seeping out onto the field. Nina Zimmer near the center line finds Jenna Butler. Interesting to see who will have the last attack. Here's Florence Belzile. She's been doing it all night. Finds Reagan Robbie. Robbie getting by Zimmer, nearly. Stops. Finds Zaid. Zaid inside the box. This has been their best attack of the second half. The centering pass over the middle. Knocked away by Zimmer. Finds Strickland. Strickland clears. 23 seconds to play. Chasing and running is Anglum. That one sent Brooklyn Hold on defense. There's Sarah Weber. Weber that shoots that one off of Holt. One last shot, and it's saved by Cesaretta. 3 seconds and counting. And this one ends in a 0-0 draw.